Hello, everyone. Unfortunately, my vacation is almost coming to a close. Today is Saturday, then there's Sunday, and then I'm back. I'm back to working. At least I'm working from home on Monday, so it's like a slow transition back, but I'll be back. I think I picked a good time, though. I don't think I'm coming back to like a bunch of emails. Like, I think it's going to be a good amount, but it's not going to be like a lot of urgent stuff. I also have some exceptional people who worked with me who have been just holding down the fort while I'm gone. But either way, I'm starting to think about it. I'm starting to have those, not Sunday scaries, but Saturday scaries. But I got to let that go. I got to just embrace these final 2 days or 1.5 days, whatever. And you know, something I was thinking about a lot today was really like, because whenever I take off time like this, I just like, by this point I'm like, I could live like this. And I'm also very aware that the only reason I'm able to experience a week like this is because of all the work I do. And I'm really focused on how I want to kind of reallocate my energy and my focus to, as I mentioned in my last video, just prioritizing myself, because I'm convinced that if I put in that much effort into something directly for me, then me saying I could live like this really isn't crazy at all. And I think a lot of you should do that too. I think you should think this way because it's not as crazy as you think. I think you're so much more valuable than you're giving yourself credit for. And one specific thing I've been thinking about a lot today, which is definitely something I struggle with, but I've gotten exponentially better over the years at, is the most impressive people are the ones who get stuff done. And it's kind of rare. You don't really come across a lot of people. I know what I'm guilty of is I've always thought of myself as like an idea guy. And I'd have pretty good ideas, and then I'd try to partner with other people, hoping that they would compliment me and be the kind of people who just get stuff done. And it's like, that's what made me realize how rare it is, because people can understand like, oh yeah, this is a really good idea. They could even be motivated to an extent, but it's just like all of us are so lazy to some degree that it takes so much effort in order to be able to do that, like to just do it. And it sounds so simple, it sounds so stupid, but I really think that this is what the problem is. I even feel like at work, it's not really about going above and beyond. It's that you almost realize that most people are just giving 60%, and 60% is good enough. So the people who go, quote unquote, above and beyond are really just the ones who are hitting the bar, because everybody else is below the bar. And I don't blame everyone for being below the bar, because it's tough. We're all surviving. Like, why are we supposed to be forced to kind of work these jobs that we don't want to do, and then also on top of it be motivated and happy about it? That's a tough thing to accept and a tough headspace to get to, because there's such a level of surrender that we need to reach in order to accept that and then become motivated and ambitious. And then on top of it, which is what I think I really land on a lot, is while I'm not unhappy, I definitely always want to push myself further because I'm ambitious, but I feel misaligned, because if it were an ideal world for me, I wouldn't do insurance. I would just, I hate even getting my own insurance, right? But I always viewed it from the lens of, this is going to teach me so much that translates beyond my job. Like, this is going to help me in base level skills in my life, which it did. It absolutely did. But regardless, there's no one more impressive than someone who just gets it done. And when you find someone who just gets stuff done, you hold on to that person. Or become that person. It's better to become that person, because don't rely on other people. Like, that's been my problem forever. But if you do come across someone like that, then definitely hold on to them. I feel like a lot of the time, and I don't want to generalize, but I feel like a lot of the time people like that can be kind of annoying. So people don't want to deal with them. But the only reason why they're annoying is because they're kind of going against the grain of what's natural to you. I think this even goes back to kids who went to really good schools, right? Like, so growing up, when you're going to school, the kids who not only studied, like they studied, but they also would like read the instructions. Like, you know, when your teacher used to be like, don't forget to read the instructions while taking the test. They were the kids who always read the instructions thoroughly, and they just would catch those things. I'm convinced that those are the kids. Well, I guess it's kind of like, it's a fact, but like those are the kids that end up going to like Ivy League schools, right? And it's, when you look at it that way, you're like, it's so stupidly simple, but so few people are good at that. And times that this has proven to be true in my life and career, it's actually happened to me twice. One time I worked at the Gap, and I would like fold the jeans, and I folded the jeans by the waist, right? And the lady who was the, like, I don't remember what she's called, but she worked on the displays specifically. Instead of coming up to me and being like, you're doing that wrong, she was just like talking smack behind my back to everybody. And she's like, Alex is the worst at folding these jeans, right? And I'm just like, okay, like, I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. So I went up to her and I asked her, I was like, hey, what am I doing wrong? Like, show me how to fold these jeans correctly. And it wasn't even folding them, it was just like stacking them, right? And she was like taken aback because she realized, oh my God, I talk so much smack about Alex behind his back that now I'm called out. So, and I was like, I don't care. Like, I don't take offense to that. So she goes over and shows me. And it was just that you had to line it up by the ankle, and nobody had told me that, right? Which I guess another part of this is like, people aren't going to tell you. Like, you have to figure it out. So it's like, once again, go out and do it. Like, figure it out, right? But so she showed me how to do it, and I remember she was like, you just line it up by the ankle, and then it's got to look like you just cut a slice of bread, right? And so I did it, and I kept on doing it, and she just all of a sudden, we instantly, like, we were buddies, and she's like, Alex, she's like, best folded jeans here. And she was so shocked by it, which is ridiculous because it's like such a simple thing. You should have just told me. And fast forward probably like 4 years, I was starting out at my job now, and I don't know, like, after 1 year, I just noticed everyone was being kind of weird and distant with me, and like no one was really giving me work. And it just seemed like no one liked me, right? And I don't know how I figured it out, but they were all clearly talking behind my back, right? And I think I was like so afraid to step on other people's toes at the time. Like, when it came to when I was assisting senior brokers, I didn't want to step on their toes by like responding to emails on their behalf. But that's exactly what they wanted me to do. So I find out somehow, I think I just asked one of them, maybe similar situation, and all they wanted me to do was just sort of respond to these emails for them. And it wasn't about stepping on their toes at all. Like, it was just like taking stuff off their plate. So I started doing that, and I can't believe like the shift of everyone. Everyone's like, oh man, this guy gets it. Like, he gets it. And it was such a simple thing. And it's like, I wish someone just told me that. But once again, I guess you can't really rely on other people to do it. It's like, you have to go out and figure it out. But it's like the tiniest little shifts make the biggest differences, because then I was just promoted twice. Like, I became like one of the best. And now on the other side, I get it. But when people report to me, I just assume, I try to put myself in that headspace again, and I'm like, they're probably afraid. They probably don't want to hurt other people's feelings or like step on people's toes, and like be respectful. And it's not that they're incompetent, it's just that they don't know. So like, I try to tell them, and I always think a big philosophy of mine is like, be the person that you wish you had every step of the way. So I want to be that person for everybody around me, because I think how you treat everyone is really how you treat yourself. Right? Like, I just view everyone outside of me as like myself. Unless they're like an absolute piece of shit, that's completely different. But I think you know what I'm saying. Either way, I hope this was a cohesive rant, but I think the most impressive people just get stuff done. What they do what they say they're going to do. And I think that you should always want to be the kind of person who does what they say they're going to do. And you're going to be so happy with yourself if you do what you say you're going to do. Because you're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself if you're not, right? And like you're going to be frustrated with yourself and you're not going to get anywhere. And I've experienced enough of that. And it's not fun. And it's like eventually life is going to shove you in that direction anyway. So might as well just rip the Band-Aid off. Like it's sort of like the people who they're like, once you finish your meal, clean your plate immediately, right? And you're never going to have your sink filled with dirty dishes. And that's going to feel great. It's going to feel great because it's horrible having a sink filled with dirty dishes.